everybody, it's Kelly Holland from Divinity Designs, and I'm here today to show you our new blessings box. This is our third in the series of our blessings box. We had one in January, one in April, and this is our third one for July. Inside your box, you'll have this paper, and this is going to tell you all the kit contents, everything that's included in the box, and pictures of everything, so you know exactly what is supposed to be in your box. The theme this month is balloons and birthdays, but there's all kinds of celebrations you can use it for, and you'll see as we go through the contents. The first item is the pierced balloon shakers. We had a lot of good responses from our first blessings box with the shakers, and so we included a new one with balloons, and you can see there's 3 different shapes and 3 different balloon strings to use, so there's a little bit of a variety there. I made a few samples using that. I'm going to show you. This is also using all our slimline dies, but you can see I added the shakers right to the front of the card. Here's another one. You could see, you shake them. People just love the added details in there when you have a shaker. Very, very popular. And here's just a single. So they're all pretty simple cards, but they're just so beautiful that people just love them. We'll have instructions on how to put the shakers together in another video. Our next setup is called Wonky Wishes, and this is just a really fun set that you can use all the different shapes, all the different dies that go with it. You have a lot of verses, and you also have 2 dies that you use for the verses. Here's the dies. You can see those are for your verses, and this is the layering die. They all fit this die here, all the sentiments. There's all the die shapes. And here's the set. So you could see everything on there. And here's 2 samples I made using that set. This one I also used our large numbers, but all the rest of that is from the kit. Here's the next one, Happy Balloon, and this is also using our add-on die called the Floating Front Frame. And you can see the verses in there. Isn't that cute? Next up, it's the Let's Celebrate. It's a rubber stamp set, and you get a lot of verses, and they're very large, so they're a good size. You can see they're on both sides of the plastic sheet, so they're not only on this side, but they're also on the other side. Let me show you that, so you can see how many you get. So they're on both sides, so you get a lot of different verses there. This I have is the pack of cardstock that you'll receive in the box, and the theme is bright colors. So you'll see that there's a lot of bright colors in this. So I'm going to go over them now. First is white. Then you have a bright pink. See how bright that is? You have the bright turquoise color, a bright yellow, a bright green, and bright orange. So it's very colorful. Next up is the geometric paper pad. This is in our new size, the slimline size, and it's good to be used with all our slimline dies because it's 6 by 9 and it's long enough to be used with slimline dies, so it makes it really versatile. I'm going to go over the patterns for you. Here's the first one. So a lot of these are different combinations of all the colors in the paper pack. There's a lot of different colors in that one. This one's super pretty. Beautiful blues. Some light and dark pinks. I just love this pattern. It's so fun. It reminds me of our honeycomb die. And yellows and greens. So all of these work great with the cardstock and the next items coming up. First, I'll show you the plastic sheets you receive. You'll need these to make your shakers, and you'll die cut them and use them so you can see through, and it keeps your contents all inside your shaker. And you'll receive 6 sheets of these. Here's where the fun stuff is. These are the different sequins you'll receive. Bright orange, this beautiful bright blue. You can see as you turn them, you get different colors in them. This is the bright pinks, yellows, the bright green, and the white. So new this month, we have these new little ink cubes. These are 1 inch by 1 inch. They're dye ink pads, and they come in all the bright colors that are shown throughout the kit. So we have bright green, the bright pink, bright orange, the bright blue, the bright yellow, and these all coordinate with the cardstock, the sequins, and the paper pad. And this one is actually a pigment white. It looks like it's black, but that's just how the color is on the label, but it's actually a pigment white. So the pigment takes a little bit longer to dry than the white. So you'll have fun with that one too. And finally, here's the enamel pin for the month. One of our most popular dies on the website and at our shows is definitely this Timeless Tote die. So this is a little replica enamel pin for the Timeless Tote. And it's in a nice bright color to coordinate with our blessings box this month. Here's a cute little card I designed just to show you some of the inks that I used. I used the orange and the blue and the yellow and the green and the pink all on this card. And this is using one of our add-on sets, the flowers. And I'll show you that in a minute, but I just want to show you how cute, how pretty that is with the different colors of inks. We also have 3 additional items that you can add to your order or order separately, and we call them add-ons. Once you become a Blessings Box member, then you have the option of purchasing the add-ons for 20% off the regular price. So you can either place a separate order, or we could add them to your order before your order ships out for your Blessings Box. And we'll show you some samples of those too. So the first item is called the floating front frame, and what it cuts is an opening in your card. Let me grab that. So that you have a little opening and then it shows through to your verse. Also it comes with the frame front. You get the square that cuts out the opening in your card front, and the 2 dies here which cut out for verses, and the layering for your verses. So once again, I'm going to show you this card because this is a sample for the floating front frame. You can see through to the inside of the card, and I also use a Let's Celebrate stamp set and the Wonky Wishes balloons and verse. Another item available for add-on is the Birthday Blooms Stamp Die Duo. These contain the stamps and the dies, and here's my sample using them. I stamped them, die cut them, and then I layered them to use on my card. The next add-on item is the Stoneware Paper Pad. This is just a bunch of very colorful patterns on a dark background, which really makes the colors really pop. And I'm going to go through those patterns for you. Here's pattern 1. Love this one too. 3. There's 4, 5, and 6. And then, so you can coordinate the paper really well, we include the solid sheets of the bright orange, bright blue, and bright green. And those are included so you could coordinate everything really nicely. So that's available for an add-on. I have a couple more items I want to show you that are also add-ons that you can receive you 20% off when purchased in the store once you are a Blessings Box member. These are the foam strips, and they're very narrow, if you could see that. And they're very helpful because when you make your shakers, you need a very narrow piece to go around. And they bend very easy, and they cut very easy, and they peel very easy. So you need that room to put your sequence inside. So you need the foam to raise up your top layer. So those are really nice to use. Then we have this kind of foam tape, which works great for your layers. You can see on a lot of my cards, I pop them up. So I use a lot of the foam strips on those, and it really helps give you a lot of dimension on your cards. This can also be cut in half with scissors, and you can use those on shakers as well. The last item is we're adding to the store. We've sold this at our shows a lot, but for some reason we just haven't had it on the website in a while. So we're adding to the website. I think we have an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch, an inch, and 6x6 sheets. So those will be added to the website, and those are really good. They hold your cards so securely, and you'll not have to worry about your cards falling apart. Lisa Somerville has been extremely busy making different card samples for you for the last couple weeks. So she's going to jump in here now, and she's going to show you some of her cards. And then we'll have the rest of our design team cards at the end of this video, and also on our other video, as well as on our website product page.
Hi everyone, Lisa Somerville. I hope you enjoyed Kelly's preview of the July 2020 Blessings Box. Today, I'm here to show you a close-up look at the samples I created using the products and the add-ons available for the 2020 July Blessings Box. When creating the card bases and layers for my cards, I also like to incorporate the matting rectangle, A2 portrait card base with layer, and the A2 landscape card base with layer dies. These dies make creating your bases and your layers super simple. If you're not familiar with the matting rectangle die, it allows you to add a pop of color between the base and the layering panel. This first card uses the Let's Celebrate stamp set, Wonky Wishes Stamp Die Duo, and the geometric paper pad found in the July 2020 Blessings box, along with additional Divinity Designs custom dies. On my balloons, I decided to paper piece the balloons, and I'll show this in the instructional videos that you'll see on our YouTube channel. This next card features the floating frame front die, along with the Wonky Wishes Stamp Die Duo. Again, I paper pieced the balloons. On the front of my panel, I've also dry embossed our flower burst stencil. On the inside, we have the large numbers die set. On my floating frame, I did this card a little differently. That will also be shown in the instructional video on our YouTube channel. The next group of cards that I'm going to share use the pierced balloon shaker die set. This one, I decided just to die cut the balloon and use the negative area to create my shaker. On the next three cards, I created shaker elements using the pierced balloon shaker die set. This card also incorporates the inks in the July Blessings box, along with the Bubbles mixed media stencil. Another shaker card. This one uses the geometric paper pad behind the shaker elements. I dry embossed the flower burst stencil and the pierced frames that were available as an add-on with the April 2020 Blessings box. Another card where the pierced balloons are used as shaker elements using our new slimline die sets. The sentiments come from the Wonky Wishes. The next three cards I'm going to share with you use the add-ons available with the July 2020 Blessings box. The paper pad I'm using on these cards is the stoneware paper pad. Two of the cards also use the Birthday Bloom Stamp Die Duos. You get the stamps and the coordinating dies. When using the dies in this Stamp Die Duo set, it is important to condition your stamps so that you end up with a nice crisp image. I usually condition my rubber stamps using a sanding block. Simply go back and forth over the stamp with a sanding block. This will remove any film or residue left on the stamp. Then brush away any of the dust. Then ink your stamp and stamp like you normally would on cardstock or pattern paper. On this first card, I simply clear embossed the elements on colored cardstock. On this next card, I also used the floating frame front, the Let's Celebrate for the inside, and because the back of my flower showed through, I placed one of the flowers on the inside. These were stamped in the ink from the July 2020 Blessings box and clear embossed and then die cut. This last card uses the floating frame front along with the stoneware paper pad and the Wonky Wishes Stamp Die Duo and one of the sentiments from Let's Celebrate. I used the floating frame front on this card to create a shaker card. You can see on the floating frame front on this card, I did not die cut through the base. And because the enamel pin is the pin for the July 2020 Blessings box, I thought it was only fitting to create some totes using the July 2020 Blessings box products and add-ons using our timeless tote with layers die set. This one uses the add-on from the stoneware paper pad along with the sentiment frames from the floating frame die set and a sentiment from the Let's Celebrate stamp set. This next tote uses the slimline geometric paper pad that's found in the July 2020 Blessings box, along with one of the stamps from the Birthday Bloom Stamp Die Duo set that was stamped and clear embossed. These totes are great for gift giving, party favors. You can also stick around 6 cards and envelopes inside the tote and give to your recipient.
Once you become a Blessings Box member, you'll be able to access a page on the website called Past Blessings Boxes. So if you were not a member back when the January and April kit came out, you'll be able to purchase the January and April kits at the membership price, which is $75. This is the January kit, and it was a lot of based on love, Valentine's, wedding, and these are all the items for the January box. We do have a separate video for that box, so if you want to see the January box, you could check that out on our YouTube channel. I'm just going to show you quickly some cards made with the January Blessings box. Showing you the shaker. Here's a shaker. Comes with these really cute little heart sprinkles. This is incorporating the January and the April box because the silhouette was from the April's box. You also get the sparkle paper in the box and one of the stamp sets. And these 3 are just using the papers in the pack. It's called Sweetheart Paper Pad. So those just showing the papers. And that's a January box. This is our April's box. This theme was more about silhouettes. So we have cowboys, and we have desert scenes, cactus, we have some couples and a park scene, a park bench, bicycle, light pole, a bunch of sentiment strips, and 2 really large sets. So we have a ton of card samples on the website, but I just want to run by these really quick just to give you an idea the different cards you can make. A lot of different beach, a lot of bit of background. We have a landscapes paper pad, some fireworks. This is all on the paper pad that comes with the kit. Very colorful. You can see these are simple cards. You just die cut the silhouette pieces. Whoops, these are stuck. Layer them. Here's more of the desert ones. See how simple that is? Just a bunch of layering with the paper. Just makes for a cute and easy card. And finally this one. This is with one of our folded card dies. And now we're back to July. The July Blessings box and our different card samples. I hope you enjoyed our samples, and I hope you'll go to the website and check out those add-on items. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Comment, let us know how you like everything. You can email me. We also have a chat button on the website. If you have any comments or questions, let us know. So thanks for joining us. God bless you.